Oh, big stretch. We're recording. I'm going to just hop right in because I'm actually really excited to make this topic for you guys. And this topic in this conversation is going to probably be so powerful because rest assured, nobody on the entire internet is going to be breaking down these points and the nuances of just how powerful they are when you're dating women than me, because I'm the best at teaching this. And since I'm probably the best at teaching this, I need you to make me a promise. I need you to comment the word "I promise" below that you're only going to use these methods, these 5 tips for good. Meaning I do not want you to use these methods to be cruel, and I only want you to use these methods to create quality relationships with women without being rude and without being brash and without trying to break hearts, because I need to put a warning up. Like, this is seriously that powerful. Like, the methods I'm going to be showing you, you are going to get to choose how you want to use these, which means I need you to make a promise right now below that you will only use what I am about to show you for good. That is how strong these are. And these tips that I'm going to be giving you that make women wildly attracted and wildly, attached, like, they work with majority of all women. So because of that, here goes. Okay. Like I said, I'm excited to tell you these because it just hit me. And like, these points came to me this morning and I had to turn on the camera and just start recording. Okay. The very first thing that makes all women super attached is the possibility of him committing to her. Okay, so this is going to go against what you've heard a lot of times, because what you've heard throughout time on the internet is things like, all you have to do is do self-improvement. All you have to do is follow red pill theory. Okay, I'm here to tell you first and foremost that nothing is more attractive to a woman than when you frame yourself as potentially being attainable to her. Okay, when you're attainable, I need you to think about this for a second. What is attraction to a woman? Attraction to a woman happens in that stage called what if. And that stage called what if is when she's just a little bit in limbo, wondering what you're going to do next, wondering, is he going to commit to me? Is he not going to commit to me? Do we have something that's a fairy tale? Do we not? Okay, these are the images, and these are like the perceptions in her head that are constantly running through. So I'm going to read this point one more time. It's not you committing. Just hammer this point into your head for a second. It's the possibility of him committing. Possibility. Potentially this will happen. He's attainable. See, a woman would much rather have a man who's potentially obtainable, like attainable to commit to her, than a guy that is so far out of her league that there's absolutely a guy that will just never commit to anybody. That what if factor frames a lot of things in the girl's head. She thinks, well, am I the right type for him? He's committed to other women in the past. Why is he not committed to me yet? Your ability to commit and you dictating when you will commit on your own terms is really the only leverage that you have as a guy. You have to understand this. So many guys are far too willing to commit just to get a girlfriend, when in actuality, if you start to screen the people who come into your life and you say, okay, what do they bring to the table? What qualities am I actually looking for in a woman? Is she going to be sweet to me? When you start asking yourself these hard questions, she sits in that what if factor, and that what if factor, it drives them wild. You're going to be the guy where it's all that they can think about. You're going to be the guy where it's all they want. Okay, this is the very first thing. It's not you committing. It's the possibility that down the road, this guy might commit to me. That attainable factor is so important. Okay, the second thing, number 2, you need to make your attention like a drug. And I'm going to explain to you how to do this. Now, for those of you too who want to learn this point even further, like making your attention like as close to a drug as humanly possible, after this video is over, I want you to go down below and I want you to watch the MBT webinar. I can't stress this enough. MBT is a process that I've used with literally thousands of men across the globe that have been getting girlfriends, actually understanding how to have quality relationships and making women attracted and attached so that way they don't want to leave. Basically everything you could ever imagine or want. So because I've literally used that method for thousands of individuals, there's absolutely no reason it wouldn't work for you too. So once this video is over, to continue learning these points even further, I need you to go down below and check that out. But nevertheless, number 2, okay, making your attention like a drug. What does that look like? You see, there's this common theme that you're going to see on the internet where guys like to treat women really poorly. And I completely disagree with that. I personally believe, and I know this, like, I wish I could, should I zoom in on the mic for a second so that way you take me a little bit seriously? Okay. You need to only treat women well. Like, seriously, treat girls good. Let me zoom back out because this is wrong angle now, but you get what I'm saying. Okay. Treat the girls in your life very good. And I'm going to explain to you why this is so much more powerful than anything out there. You see on the internet, oh, just self-improve. And if you self-improve enough, if you make enough money, and if you're high value, high status enough, you can just treat women like shit and they're going to keep coming back. That is not true. You need to treat women exceptionally well. If you want people to treat you well, I don't care if it's guys or girls, I don't care if it's friends, family, women in general, you need to make sure you treat everybody good. Here's the fact though. The difference between a typical nice guy people pleaser who gets walked on by women and a man who's genuinely like invested in her, he knows how to make his attention like a drug, meaning she only gets your attention in the right doses that she appreciates. So just like an addict needs to re-up, you have to make your attention scarce. Okay, scarcity creates value. If you tell a bunch of women, hey, there's 5 Louis Vuitton purses on the street right now, and that's it. And after these 5 Louis Vuitton purses are gone, they're never going to make another Louis Vuitton purse for the next 12 months. Do you know how quickly those would sell? However, if you say every single shopping outlet mall has Louis Vuitton purses every single day, you can get them at any time, nobody would want them as much. Just like an addict needs a drug and needs to re-up, you have to make your attention that drug for her. And I'm going to explain, okay? You need to treat women exceptionally well. When they are in your presence, you treat them completely, like you provide great experiences with them. You flirt with them. You make them feel very girly. You pay for the dates. You make sure you're leading them on those dates. You hold her hand. You be very close to her. You make her feel good, okay? You make her feel extremely good. You want her to look at you like, you want her to look at you like she has such a strong connection with you, she could not imagine anything better because you are providing that good of an experience. This stems from how you carry yourself, how your personality is. This stems to what type of dates you're taking her on. What is the experience like and what is the chemistry like on those dates? All of those make a difference when that woman is in your presence, okay? Now here's the fact though. When she gets that high, when she gets that experience, the key to this is making sure that you don't necessarily have plans for the next adventure. You let that day unfold and you let that day dissolve when that day is over, which means you're genuinely present in the moment. For those of you who are saying, well, Casey, this sounds manipulative, I would say the reverse. I would say this is actually less manipulative than what most guys do. What most guys do is after that date is over, they'll try to call her and text her and set more plans and more future dates and more future interactions. And all that does is show that you're lower value. It shows that you're in scarcity and it shows that you really need her. If you're actually, though, focused on creating good chemistry on these dates, if you're actually focused on being present in the moment, you're not thinking about the next time you see her. Your time is right then. Your time is now. And since your time is now, you're now getting centered in the moment. You centered in that moment is like pure cocaine to a girl. Like she sees like you're invested in her. That is pure attention. That is purely a drug. Okay. The key is making sure that your attention is worth something. And the only way to make it worth something is if you can pull back, do other things in your life. And when I say pull back, see, that's the thing. Most guys pull back to play games. You pull back because you have shit to do. You have your business to work on. You have to go to the gym. You have to go see your brother and your sisters. You have to go see your friends and family. Actually have a life. Goes a long way. When you have a life and it goes a long way, your attention is now far more powerful because she is not the center of your universe. These tips are so powerful. Number 3, okay, use silence in your favor. Down below inside of my webinar, I teach this even further, why silence is such a key chemistry boost. But you have to understand, like intimacy or sexual tension is created when the emotions are to the point in her head where she doesn't necessarily know where you stand. So a guy who's consistently low value, a guy who's consistently trying to please, a guy who is so scared of losing the interaction, a guy who is so scared of losing her, you're going to notice he'll continually need to talk. He'll continually feel the need to text. He will continually feel the need to have to keep the conversation going. When you can chill, Like actually sit back in your chair, actually sit back and let silence work to your advantage, you're going to be far more powerful because now when you do speak, your words hold more weight. And not to mention, when you are letting that interaction or letting her sit in silence with you for just a couple seconds, she's thinking a lot of things. She's thinking, what is he thinking? Does he like me? Does he not like me? Am I losing him? Am I not saying the right things? Am I not flirting enough? Am I not smiling? These are the questions that go through her head, just like it goes through yours. The problem is that you think oftentimes that girls don't feel this way. You think that you're the only one with a social anxiety. You think that you're the only one who doesn't necessarily know what to say or gets nervous before dates. That is not true. Girls get nervous around guys that they like as well. The key is if you know how to be that guy, so that way she views you that way. Using silence in your favor makes your words far more powerful. If I were to make a YouTube video every day, your chances of clicking on it would be far worse. Why? Because you know that there's another one tomorrow. If I make a YouTube video once a week, you're going to be excited the next time you get to see Casey with his ugly mug, ugly chain, and ugly hat. You get what I'm saying? This is the key. The key is to know how to use, weaponize, and even operate silence in your favor. Extremely powerful in not only making the girl attached, but just creating that sexual tension and that chemistry right then and there in the moment. These are things that most likely people are not teaching you. Number 4, okay? This is going to be the most powerful point of all. So if you're taking notes, take notes on this one. And like I said, you better use this for good. Do not do this to be manipulative. And at the end of these 5 points, I'm even going to have a wrap-up point as a little bonus. So stick with me because that bonus is going to help all insecurities and it's going to help all social anxiety for the rest of your life. Number 4, okay? You have to have small concessions that create yes commitment for her towards you. Okay? Let me explain. There's this very big preconceived notion inside of many masculinity channels and all this stuff where guys talk about frame, okay? Having the woman enter your frame. But guys don't know what frame is. They don't know how to create a frame and they don't know what sort of frame actually they need. So that way she feels enticed to be in your presence. What you do to create a frame where you are the leader and you're leading these interactions and you are leading where these dates and where these interactions go is you have to learn how to create yes commitment. What is yes commitment? Every single time the girl says yes to you with any concession, whether that concession be big or small, she starts to slowly become seduced into your frame. So what does yes commitment looks like? Yes commitment looks like if you're seeing a girl and let's say it's the 3rd or 4th date, okay? And she's coming back to your place to, let's say, snuggle up and watch a movie with you or eat some ice cream or hang out or chill or whatever the case is, okay? What you can do is you can say, hey, I forgot to get XYZ at the store. Can you stop by real quick and just pick this up? It's only a couple bucks. If she says yes to that, what that is that's investment. And she's just now slowly made an investment into you. It can be monetary, it can be non-monetary. Okay? If you just got done hitting the gym if you got done hitting the gym and let's say your upper shoulders are really sore, you can look at her and you say, baby, you know what would be really great is if just for like a couple minutes, can you just give me like a quick little massage? Women are natural helpers. Okay. If you look at the way like women will be a mom or will like mother a child, it's very nurturing. It's very giving. Women are oftentimes natural caregivers. Okay, and that's when they will oftentimes feel extremely feminine, is not only when they can please anybody, whether it be their child, their man that they like, but women will feel very feminine and very secure when they can do things that aid in the situation. So if you're a businessman or if you're a business owner and you're like, if your girl sees that you're stressed in the morning and she makes you a cup of coffee, right? Gives you a smooch on the cheek and then like makes you breakfast quick. To her, that's going to feel like she did something that's very like girly and feminine towards you. The more concessions you can get, the more yes commitment, okay? The more small little wins, whether it be giving you a massage, okay, whether it be picking something up for you, whether it be helping you in a task with work, whether it be this, that, and the other thing, the more things she starts to do and agree to and say yes to, the more she's slowly seduced into your frame. Okay, some people have called this death by 1,000 cuts, right? Even if you look at any world tragedy, Okay, any like really big time world tragedy where like it's written history and where something bad happens, you're going to notice that when people overtake, let's say, a nation 30 years ago, 50 years ago, 100 years ago, they didn't do it oftentimes by brute force. They do it by small concessions that add up. You may say that that's manipulative. I completely disagree. If you genuinely like a girl or even love her, and she genuinely likes you, it is your job to create these experiences with her and for her so that way you have a bond that probably can't be broken. And I genuinely believe that from my heart of hearts. Do not use these for evil, use these for good. The fifth, creating real narrative. The fifth thing that makes women wildly attached and attracted to you is when you create narrative. And what that is things you like about her. Okay, things you like about her and her personality. Women do not want to only just be liked, loved, or appreciated for their looks. If you only like her for her looks, she's going to start to notice that. And it's going to make her closed off towards you. So let's say you guys are intimate, or let's say you guys even had sex. You guys had sex. After sex, a couple minutes go by, you look at her, you say, you know what I love? I love how just like the vibe is so perfect and your energy's on point, and all of a sudden, or you know, you say something along the lines of like, I love how me and you just click. I love how you're so easy to talk to. I love your vibe. I love that me and you have great natural chemistry. Hey, I love how nothing feels forced between us. And all of a sudden, you're just a girl I can actually see myself talking to. Those narratives planted in a girl's brain, you have no idea how much they like it. Like, they like it far beyond the sex. They like it far, like they will literally start to look at you like you are their man. And when you build that bond and that mental attachment with a woman, she does not like, it's almost physically impossible for her to want to go out and be with other guys or sleep with other guys because you have created that strong of a connection. Women want the highest value mate that they can get. They do not want a bunch of low quality options because they can get that anywhere. They want the highest level possible. And if they can create one bond with that guy, if you know how to frame yourself as that guy, it's going to be very hard for her to ever reject you, very hard for her to ever leave you, and very hard for her to ever imagine life without you. These are 5 critical things that if you use, you can make virtually all girls, or the girls that you want, wildly attached or attracted to you. Now, my bonus point that I did promise. What's Casey's bonus point? Casey's bonus point is this. It is your job to not only use these for good, but the key with this, like this is the really scary part about these things, is that you're going to start to notice you can start to form these relationships with virtually any girl. And the problem is that if you're doing these things just for the sake of doing them, to get her back to the sheets or to get her back to your place, you're being manipulative and you're being evil and you're being very slimy. So my bonus point to this is only use these points on girls you actually like. And no, that doesn't mean girls you're attracted to. I can walk down the shopping mall too and I can think 10 girls that they are attractive and I'm attracted to them. Does that mean I like them? No. Use these methods I'm teaching you as truly like bonus points for the girls you like. Because when you do that, it's real then. And then she doesn't feel used. She doesn't feel like you took advantage of her. She doesn't feel like you used game and all of these tactics just to like get her in bed. That's not good. So do what's good. And what's good is making sure that you have qualities, qualifications, and standards too. And to do that, that means you're actually looking at women at the human level beyond just the physicalities and say, hey, what do I want out of a girl? What is it that I'm really turned on by when a girl does? What are things I want out of her? And if you can do those and you can like have qualifications for yourself, it makes your dating and attraction so much easier because when you start to talk to women, whether that be on the street, on online dating, you have real qualifications and you're willing to say no if they don't meet those qualifications, which means you're now more selective, which means she feels like she has to win you over. That is truly the root of what dating needs to be. You having qualifications and screening at the right moments for that. So guys, I hope that in this 15, 20 minutes we spent together, you got immense amount of value. My goal with this channel is to provide you more dating content for free than anybody else on the entire internet, and to continue to learn these processes at an even deeper level. I've worked with thousands of men. I've now done this online now for going on 5 years. I want you to go down below, check out that webinar. You're going to love every minute of it, and rest assured I can help you. So hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.